When I had my first child here at Tri-City, I was very nervous. I was scared because I was young. I was 21 years old. I didn't do a whole lot of research on how my birth was going to go. I just knew I was going to go into Tri-City and get an epidural and have a baby. So at that time, it was all pain. I immediately was like, oh my gosh, this is it. My husband thought it would be. He didn't think we were in as much of a rush in the beginning. The drive, even though it was only just a few minutes to get here, felt like forever. He dropped me off at the front and said he was gonna go park, and so I walked in labor and asked the information as to where labor and delivery was, because I didn't do the tour. It was a really happy moment, and we had our first baby, and it was beautiful, and everything was perfect. And I did have a job at the time, and I was working, but it wasn't a career. I thought, you know, I kind of want to do nursing. I really, really liked my nurse when I was in the hospital. She made me feel so good, and she helped me so much that I decided to start taking classes at Maricosta College. I did all of my clinical rotations in Tri-City. Ever since I had my oldest son, I would think about her a lot, especially walking into Tri-City for clinicals all the time, thinking about giving birth here and her, and wonder how she's doing, and I wonder if she's still working in labor and delivery. Another nurse here at Tri-City came to teach some material for a day. So at the end of the class, I went up to her and I said, hey, you know, I had my first child at Tri-City, and there's this nurse. She was my nurse. She was wonderful. She's the reason why I wanted to become a nurse, and I became a nurse. Do you happen to know who she is? I don't remember her name. I had one single picture of that caught her immediately. As soon as she saw the picture, she said she knew who it was, and she told me who she was. So I got her contact information. I wrote her a letter. When I went into labor with my son, I quickly learned that birth is painful and that I have to experience pain for a little bit before the epidural can be placed. I had never felt as scared and vulnerable in my life as I did that night.
I didn't know what to expect because this was my first child. I didn't know the doctor who was delivering me. My boyfriend, who is now my husband, was just as scared as I was and didn't know how to help me, and I didn't have any other support. I just remember you being so calm, and your tone of voice was so comforting that it helped me feel safe and that I was going to be okay. So.
How are you?
Oh my goodness. How are you?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yes, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm really excited that you became a nurse. It's
You
amazing.
were amazing and such an inspiration
Thank
to me.
you very
and
much.
I'm just so grateful I can finally reconnect with you and finally tell you thank you. I have a picture of the one
Okay.
that I showed Megan
Uh-oh.
when I was trying to find you. There's
Oh,
you
my goodness.
and Dr. Bennett and me.
Oh, no kidding.
That's the only picture I had of you that I could go off of trying to
that's
find
sweet.
who you were. What really had, I think, the biggest impact on me was when I was about to get my epidural. She put her hands on my shoulders and with a really calm tone of voice, very comforting tone of voice. She just said that I was going to be okay. She stayed at the bedside with me and really made me comfortable again and feel like everything's fine. And it was, and they brought him to me and he was beautiful.
When I first read the note, it touched me just from the fact that she had written that note and the things she said about me, like I was the calm in her storm, and that I made her feel safe that night. And looking back over it, I feel very honored that she felt that way about me and that I gave her that extra care that she needed that night.
His name is Ryan.
Ryan,
and
okay.
he's 8 years old now.
Okay.
And he's just a busy, crazy boy. He's a really good big brother to his two other little brothers.
You have all boys?
All boys.
Oh, boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having you in front of me, a huge thank you. I can't tell you how grateful I am for the care that you provided and really touching me in a way that has motivated me to want to become a nurse and be in labor and delivery one day. And I just hope that I could provide for my patients the way you did for me. Because if I can do that, then I know I will have
You
succeeded.
will, and you already are. You already are. Thank
you.
you very much.
I will be starting very soon on an acute care floor and working for a year, and then hopefully starting again to try and become a labor and delivery nurse, and who knows, maybe
That's
one
right.
day end up working together.
I know.
That would be very neat.
really nice.
To me, knowing that there's a community hospital close by, being community focused and knowing that Tri-City is like that, it's a big deal to me to be able to come here and know that I'm going to get taken care of by people that care about their community.